So let's have first the review of what we have started last time, no? For those who were late, for those who were just added to the group, no? So, by the way, we started with the algorithm analysis, which is, it will talk about the number of operation and how efficient is our algorithm based on your implementation. Then we also have the time complexity. So we need to find the T of n, which your n is the input size. And then we may try to look for the running time of that certain code. So last time, we started with the simulation of the coding on how to get for the time complexity. So the last example that we have this example. So I will have a review on this so that you can relate it to your assignment, which we are going to discuss after this particular code, no? So, again, the label for this, so importante gud kayong labeling, no? This is 1, initialization is 1, and then this is n plus 1, then this is n, then this is 1, then this is n plus 1. Remember again, the limit there is n, so mo ng n plus 1. Then, this is n kay n times man na siya. So, based on that, sa galito, this is our inner loop, considering apart, and this is our outer loop, kani. No? So, this particular loop here, if we try to count here, 1, 2, 3, 4. So, it would be 4n plus 2. And then the outer one is 2n. So, 1, 2. So, 2n, yeah, we will add na lang this one here. So, 1, 2, 3. So, the outer loop is, kaninga loop is 2n plus 3. Okay? Applying on the formula nga akong gihatag ninyo last time. So, we will have it, your T of n, sorry. Hiwi on ako. Your T of n. Maklaro ra ay ayaw ng blue. Your T of n is equals to the summation of n where I is equals to 0. No? I is equals to 0. So, this is I is equals to 0. So, pila to inyong inner loop? Again, this is 4n plus 2. Dayon, your outer loop is pila to 2n plus 3. Plus 2n plus 3. Okay? So, that's the time we're going to distribute this one again. So, you have there the summation of n, and then I is equals to 0, na nakadihay 4n, plus, summation of n, I equals 0, then 2 na siya, plus 2n, plus 3. Kaya I might, siguro katong notes nga kung giingon niyo, upload it into your LMS later. Okay? Then we can have, sa ganito, pwede na nimo ipagawas, kaning 4, pwede pod na idiretso na lang nimo, no? Pero sige lang, ato sang buakon pag-ayo, 4, then this is n, where I is equals to 0, plus ka na, you can go directly, so 2n, plus 2n, plus 3. Okay? Then, sa to, you have there 4 niya, n times n equals n squared, plus 2n plus 2n equals 4n plus 3. Which is, that is your final answer. Miss, pwede ra kaninga part dere, dili na lang na ko apple, diretso na ko dere. Pwede ra. No worries, basta masabtan lang siya. Dili pwede na mag-shortcut ka. See, for example, kani siya dinhi, Remember, I told you na n ang imong limit. So, dapat, kung unsay imong limit, mao po na imong variable. Dili ka pwede na mo shortcut. Okay? Nasabtan? Nasabtan ra? Hello?
Yes, Miss.
Ibalik ra na ko ga-review. Ga-review ra na nako the wrong part. So, let's proceed sa inyong assignment. Ako nang ko. Kunin ko on akong bond paper. Okay, so you have there the same raman to no? Or kari na lang, himuunin akong I ang N. Kani siya, himuun akong I. Okay? So, instead of N, this is not N anymore. Because I naman na siya. Sige. To make it clear, ako isulat og klaro ha. Para sure. So, pwede naman kami ng for sum is equals to 0. Then, for I is equals to 0. I less than or equals to N. I plus plus. Then, you have there for J is equals to 0. J is less than or equals to I. So, your limit now is the I. No? So, I plus plus. Then, you have there sum is equals to sum plus J. And then close and then close. So, as I have said, you need to label your code para mas dali ninyo siya solve. So again, this is 1. So this is 1. This is N plus 1. And this is N. Parihara tag label sa first.
Yes, Miss.
Yes, Miss.
Oh, correct. So sige. Then for J is equals to 1, 0, which is 1. Yes? Kinsa to nangutana? Si Ivan? Yes, Ivan?
Sakto ra, Miss. Parehata, Miss.
Oh, okay. Sige, very good. Dire kay I naman siya. Therefore, this is not anymore N. This is an I. No? So, it would be I plus 1. Kani kay N man, mo ng N plus 1. Karon kay I man ni siya, this is I plus 1. So, I na pod ni siya I. Okay, nakita ra? So, in other words, kani nga loop here, kani nga part dire, ato nang i-group para mas dali nato ma-solve. So, kani siya, pilam ni kaay, 1, 2, 3, 4. It would be, kani nga loop is 4i plus, pila ka, 1, 2. So, 2. And your outer loop is 1, 2, so 2n. So, 2n, times lang. 2n plus 3. Diba? So, ngano gayong 3 na siya? It would be 1, 2, 3. So, muna ang inyong outer loop. Now, how are you going to solve for this? Okay? So, ito sa i-solve, no? So, it would be your T of n. So, your T of n is equals to the summation of n, where I is equals to 0. No, mauman to ang iyahang definition dito. I is equals to 0. So, the inner loop is 4i plus 2. So, 4i plus 2. As I have said, there is no shortcut. Dapat you have the source. Where did you got that certain number? Okay, then this one is 2n plus 3. That is your outer loop. 2n plus 3. Kinakoy nakita atong assignment ninyo based sa kung na-check nga gitanaw na ako. As I have said, dili pwede mag-shortcut. It must be according to, kung sa balaod pa, it would be according to the presidential decree or unsa pa na diha nga klase nga balaod. So in that case, ato sa mathematics, mo tong nahakoy gihatag ninyo nga note nga inyong i-remember unsaon pag-solve. Okay? So probably si Nunez review na sad ni niya. I do hope ma-review pa siya more. Okay, so unsaan gani ni siya? As I have said, you have to distribute this one to the outer na summation. So you will have it in there. It would be summation of n where I is equals to 0 and then it would be 4i. No? Plus the summation of n where I is equals to 0 and then you have 2. Okay? Plus 2n plus 3. Okay? Nakasunod ra? Okay, nahinayon para you can still get the idea, and probably after this, I will give you a set work that you are going to pass it on the LMS. So I'll give you time to work on it para ma-practice more ang inyong kaninga certain given. Okay? Nakita na kuan ra na nasabtan pa na diha. So in that case, so we will proceed. So it would be summation of magawasi 4 and then I n then where I is equals to 0 plus pwede na lang ni mo diretso ano so 2n plus 2n plus 3. And then if you recall, I have given you the note, no? Na this one is, there is a corresponding equivalent to this. Kana siya. So, unsa gali to na siya? Unsa to na siya?
N squared
N
over
squared
2.
over 2.
Correct. Yes, very good. Naminaw jud ay ni sila sa discussion. Okay, may ganahan ako ninyo. So, it would be 4, then n squared over 2. Na. Dayon, you can add it directly. Kana siya. So, it would be 4n plus 3. And then finally, you can cancel this one. No? So, therefore, your final answer is 2n squared plus 4n plus 3. Answer. Okay, nagets ra? Okay, mag-set work ko ninyo. Kay mag-set work man daw ko ninyo last. Pero karon na lang. Any questions so far?
Kung dili ay, miss, ma-apply
Kung
yapon sa
dili
rule.
ay, o like kanang B baron or whatever variable, K baron,
Yes, miss.
that's what you mean. Basta inanayahang position, Ivan, you can apply the rule, the note katong yatag
Sige,
nako.
miss. Thank you, miss.
Okay na, so sige. Kindly get a pen and a paper. No? Tapos, sa work sa taha, himuon ra ni nako nga ako na lang isuwat liver sa kilid para mas limpyo. So it would be 4 sum is equals to 0. For I is equals to 0. I less than or equals to n. I plus plus. And then for j is equals to 0. J is less than or equals to I times I. Dayon j plus plus. And then you have there sum is equals to sum plus j. So again, like that. Maklaro ra? Makita ra? So first thing is you are going to label that first. So I'll give you hint. I times I, unsay ano? I times I.
I squared.
Correct. Sige. Sige. Kana ako nang gitagaan na mo hint. So, I will be putting something into your LMS and then you will pass that. Picturean ra ninyo inyong solution sa kanang para mapass niyo sa LMS. So, I'll give you 10 to 15 minutes to solve for that. Dali sa ha.